Welcome to SIS Stories. This is Miss Bacigalupo's English 10 class, storytelling under the theme, Enter, Return. This is Erika's memoir. Listen to her tell about what happens when what could have been the psychopath next door starts living in her home.
My family always described Murphy as a psychopath. For nearly all my life, I begged my parents to get me a puppy. A cute, trainable, obedient puppy that would be my partner in crime for the rest of our lives. I begged and begged, promising that I'd be the second parent to the puppy, and promising that I would baby that puppy forever. And well, after years of begging, whining, and complaining about being lonely, I did get a dog. It wasn't technically a puppy, but it was more of a 6-year-old smelly mutt that somehow managed to throw my life into a roller coaster ride. Now, Murphy wasn't really your average sane dog, and with him coming from a dark, dirty, urine and feces infested dog shelter, we kind of understood why. He was aloof to other dogs, staying in his own little corner, his own little world, idly observing the strange humans who passed by. He'd stare at just about anyone and anything and would seem to judge whether they met his standards or not. Whenever I would spy on him, he'd be looking at a blank space, seemingly contemplating his life and purpose of being a dog. Now, Murphy wasn't at all what I expected. I thought of how much I begged to my parents to have a loyal, playful, good boy, and then getting a dog that would run from me all the time. I was a disappointed brat, but hey, he's still a dog, and it's all a lonely kid would ever want. So I found ways to work with our weird little dynamic that lasted 5 amazing years. It was bittersweet how the fun times we had drifted so fast. I remember one particular day that helped me spark that tiny connection with Murphy. I was in the 4th grade, and I was so damn frustrated that this mutt wouldn't listen to any of my commands. I felt so upset and enraged that this old smelly mutt wouldn't play with me, or wouldn't even snuggle up to me and give me the affection an only child would want. And being an only child, I felt that I needed a companion that would be playful and trainable, and I thought a dog would be perfect to fill that missing piece in my life. Yet it had been a whole month, and me and my new dog wasn't going anywhere. How much longer would we need? I tossed and turned in my creaky cold bed, not wanting to screech in frustration in the middle of the night. That evening, I was trying to make Murphy stay in my room, so he'd protect me from anything that goes bump in the night. Unfortunately, he kept running away from me, hiding under tables and beds. I felt chilly the whole night, although I felt trickles of sweat from the summer heat. I hated the isolation of my lone twin bed. My little brain was scared, but I didn't know why. My heart sank when I heard a small pitter-patter coming to the direction of my room. Oh God, I thought, if only mighty fearless dog that protected me from this. If only I had a mighty fearless dog that protected me from spooky monsters. My teeth clenched and gritted as I covered myself with the warmth and protection of my blanket, the only barrier between me and the unknown monster. Suddenly I felt a soft, furry creature sit down against the top of my head. I stopped shivering as I popped my head out to find none other than Murphy, now sitting in the corner of my bed. My eyes widened to cover my whole face, curious yet extremely excited to find him so close to me now. I started petting his soft, cream-colored fur, smiling to myself that my dog finally came to me, rather than me having to drag him around. To my surprise, he stayed in my touch, even putting his warm snout to my palm. Where I once was frustrated that the old dog did nothing, I now had that small spark of connection with one that seemed the total opposite of me. Loud and impulsive, and Murphy being the quiet and analytic kind. I yawned and kept petting him, and from there on out I drifted into a comfortable sleep, in the safe watch of my little mutt. It was the next morning. I blinked sleepily, the bed seemingly softer than it felt last night. Sitting up, I tried to feel for Murphy's soft cloudy fur, although I felt nothing but air. Darn it, his attitude of doing whatever he wants still pissed me off, yet I smiled at how we finally had that small connection. I peeked out my open door, and to my surprise, I saw that little psychopath staring right back at me, poking his little head out the edge of the doorway. Now, at the end of the day, I would never call Murphy a normal dog. Yet that mutt gave me the missing piece to my puzzle in my life that I could that could never ever be replaced by anyone else in the world.